Okay, we are going to start this now because I'm ready. Haha, look at that. There was a thing right there all along. The thing is still working? Okay, cool. Alright, let's get right into it. How y'all doing tonight? Hope you enjoyed the new series that went up today, the Zach's Anime Corner, the new podcast I'm starting in which I talk about anime. And I'm talking about this season of anime. There's some trash, but there's also some pretty good stuff on there. I also can stop watching a show if I want, but I think I'm going to make it like you can only stop watching one show a week because I want to torture myself or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into Phoenix Wright. Oh yeah, I should probably be voice acting. Sorry. I'm just... Ugh. What is it? Something wrong? Nah, did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, look at this. I brought this mass-to-mass publicity photo. You bought that? Oh, bought, not brought. Where? From the little tents in the front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. This kind of stuff. God, we have a lot of evidence. I forget the voice I gave this guy. Oh, it's Shuichi, wasn't it? Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me. I think that's the dude. I might be wrong though. Let me just look this all over again. Sorry, it's been a couple days since I've done this, so I don't really remember anything. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are gonna get any less ugly for you. Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. I feel like I should just give him the Larry voice. He's pathetic. He's at it again. But Larry's in this case, so I don't really want to give two people the same voice. What's, is there any other, like, crybaby character I can think of? Nah, I can't think of anybody. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor, I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty, so make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please? Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour. Bonjour. I feel like he would be that guy to just be like, bonjour. Esca 2. Yeah, I don't know, can't think of anything to say right now. Look, I only took one class, not one class, I only took one semester of French. I've never taken it again, so I really, is the font supposed to like get dark at the end like that? Is that just a style thing, or is that my emulator glitching? I mean my real DS that I'm playing on, because I'm definitely not playing on an emulator with a PS4 controller. So actually the thief is, can I tell you something? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If she's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So, are you smiling when you say it? Excuse me, I got some errands I need to take care of, and there's actually going to be another theft right now, because it turns out I'm going to be the actual thief. Ha 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 ha. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is mask to mask or not, but I hope he isn't. No. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Wright, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. Well, I can't believe the judge came out and said that himself. But I'll have to trust him. Or trust his wife, I don't know. Trying to think, actually. Is there anything, like what? This case is actually interesting because it's time for the Gato voice. Yes. This is the first case in a while where it's not a murder case, it's just theft. Which, I mean, theft is equally as bad, but like, there's been quite a few murder cases in the past. I know the last one, no, the last one was a murder case. This is crazy, man. Crazy. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. What did you say? How dare you? Fine. Let me ask you a question, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm not. I'll pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I am Gato. Ooh, this theme, man. Legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. He's the one that Detective Atme was talking about.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
Ha! None.
What did you say?
I've never prosecuted a case before.
Never? But you said you've never lost before.
Exactly. I've never lost, and I've never won before either.
Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings.
Yes, but a mask in a court of law?
Ha! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick.
Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal?
I love this guy already. So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Wright. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I've returned from the depths of hell to battle with you. God, this track, the music in this game in particular is so good. Like, is it the same composer? Cause holy crap, man. I just want to listen to this game's soundtrack all day, every day.
Well then, Prosecutor Gobo.
It's not Gobo. Or is it supposed to be Godo? I don't know. I'm used to calling him Gato, so that's just what I'm going to call him forever. Or I guess it could be Gabo as well, but whatever. It's Gato, Your Honor.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
Opening statement. Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Well, that's super nice of you, man.
Well then, let's hear from the first witness.
Oh, why does it have to be you? Ah, my name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir.
Alright, witness, first let's hear about, what do you know about the thief that stole the urn?
Yes, sir.
Witness testimony.
Alright, hit me with your best shot. Master Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after... His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Master Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. Makes it a motley crew.
So the actual identity of this Master Mask is... Mr. Gatto, you...
I have the force, but only for coffee.
We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Gatto.
Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Very well, it's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Oh, I think I read that wrong, but whatever.
Proceed with cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you gonna do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn. Okay. I don't think this is gonna work out very well. Master Mask is a master that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. It's probably something to do with the... what was this again? If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KV Security at 1 a.m. and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take the Oh, okay. He stole the urn so we could get $50,000 for this, maybe? Or maybe she did? I don't know. I don't know the answer, so I'm just gonna hold everything. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? This interrogation for a second. Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Zavari, author on thieves. An author? He's written books about thieves? I think you probably meant to say authority. In fact, the fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? Oh. You got it, pal, except for maybe that thief's mom, it is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zavari, do you?
Who is this person? Zavari? Sounds German.
His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole.
Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be.
It looks like the thief is playing with me, even now. Wow, that did so much. He's so confident that he even sends a calling card before he commits his crime. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards? Of course I have, except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. Wait, is that this one? I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the one he's referring to. Hope so. Holy crap, you're already killing my voice. I need some Gatorade or something. I need to wake up. So I didn't see this one until after the crime had occurred. Could Detective Atme stop Mrs. Andrews from taking it to the police?
Was the calling card that Lord Taylor received authentic?
Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature, but we're not releasing that information to the general public.
But you're absolutely certain that this card is real.
Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Master Mask's emblem. Do I have anything on that? What's this? Oh, I just realized he has that little symbol on his, I guess that's what his mask is, but he also has it on his, like, tie. What is this? I don't remember, like, anything. Oh, okay. That's not the same guy. That is it Ron? Yeah, that's Ron. He doesn't have the symbol on him, though. Oh. I just realized that. Wow. Actually, can I take a look at the, Sorry, I keep doing this. Okay, he does have a little face on his hat as well. So... okay, I'm a little bit unsure about this, so I'm gonna do a save state, which is something you're not supposed to do, but whatever, who cares? No, okay. I was gonna say, it doesn't look like this photo. That's stupid. Why did I think that was gonna work? Actually, I want to press this statement real quick. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking about the same thing myself.
I wish you two would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% sure it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi.
And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions...
That's right, it means that Master Mask is behind it. Nick, definitely looks like it was Master Mask who stole the urn. There's no real evidence as to whether Ron Delight is Master Mask. But... Also, the urn isn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Master Mask that did it, maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Master Mask that did it. I think it is this statement. I just don't know what to show for it. Nope. I feel like I want to show that the picture. Then again, the picture might be something completely different, so it doesn't even matter in the end. I don't know. It might be on the completely wrong track, and that's fine. Actually, I missed 2 of these, so I guess I'll just go through it. I haven't done this one, have I? It's 5th heist, and your 5th screw up, huh? Objection, pal. That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times, but this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me? Wow, looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme. I mean, who wouldn't? That guy's a jerk. Hold it! Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Emanon.
What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop?
No, sir, it's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the Crown of Bongora, you know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right?
Well, isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces?
Well, we assume he must have had some underworld connections. Somehow, Mr. Light doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging in the underworld. Well, now I don't know what to do. Oh! I'm dumb. It's this. Wait, I think. Okay, we'll do slot 4 again. Yeah, oh, I'm dumb. There's no monetary gain. Oh my god, Zach, really? Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little on that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. Well, what do you mean? Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Professor Gatto, what is the value of that urn?
The appraiser that I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it, and I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Master Mask would normally go after. I like how Gatto really hasn't said a whole lot.
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Master Mask.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Master Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Gatto?
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Gatto number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. The only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Wright. What? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. You're saying it wasn't Master Mask that stole the urn. Then it must be someone imitating Master Mask's methods. A fake.
A fake Master Mask?
Fake Master Mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. How do I keep doing that? That's, pretty impressive. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Wright. Proof that the person who appeared at the Lordly Tailor that night was actually a fake. I got you, fam! Fam Expo.
Oh, I don't approve of Mr. Gatto's behavior. His point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
Looks like I'm gonna have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Tailor that night was in fact fake Damask. But I'm gonna save just in case, yeah, just in case. Woo, yeah, just in case, yeah,
Take this.
The proof is right here. Yeah, I got it right.
Oh, this looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us what about this picture is just so peculiar. Gatto is so fun to voice. Holy crap. It's like right there. I probably should have saved. I'm dumb. It's right here, of course.
You mean Master Mask?
Sorry, my phone just locked and that's my way of the chat. I have here a piece of reference I'd like the court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I brought in this morning? Yeah, thank you for doing that. The problem I have with this security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest.
A breach? Here? Belief! Get my steed, we need to retreat at once!
A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. Oh, that's what it is.
Clasp, eh? Oh, I see now.
But the Damask in the security camera photo... Ah! He has no brooch! That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card. It serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Tailor wasn't wearing a brooch.
In other words, this Master Mask is a fake.
I've been fooled again!
Order! It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too.
Mr. Gatto, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
Ha! The brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this?
Ah! That's Master Mask's brooch. Where did you find it?
Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? He must mean the Amy Faye statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. This guy's one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady?
Oh no. Come back. Okay, cool. Sorry, I lost track of what I was doing.
That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too.
Hickeys?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Ron Delight's fingerprints. What?
What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch?
Oh, crap.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Gatto, let's see that brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend, dear. Take good care of her.
It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left in the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh, Phoenix, we have a problem. Oh no. Except I have an explanation for it. Where did it take place? I think it should be good, actually. Where is the report? Is there no report? Am I being dumb?
Oh wait, no, it was 1 o'clock here. Right? 1 a.m., and that's when the thing said to meet up.
Ha! You mess with Gatto, and you get burned. Ugh, he's been playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all.
I love this game. Believe, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh?
Just someone completely random. Oh, yes.
1 second is 1 drip of the coffee on the coffee pot. Let's hurry up.
Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What's clear?
Savadi!
The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Well, yes, that's right.
Ha! Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Well, sir prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair.
You'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. I heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone in security detail.
You have heard correctly.
My specifically made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe is worth anything, that is.
Why was this guy all by himself anyways? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Alright, well then, tell us what this blah blah blah. Tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
Witness testimony. What I witnessed!
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
You know, I'm thinking about this as I'm reading this. This case is actually getting really obvious now I'm thinking about it. He's saying he's the one who stole it because he's getting threatened by this blackmail letter. Clearly his true identity is something. And I guess he stole a red diamond, or maybe he just earned a red diamond or something, but the real Master Mask set him up, and then he was, I don't know, something happened, okay? So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
Well, I don't see why the witness seemed so proud of his performance that evening. I take back what I said. I literally just proved myself this case isn't obvious. There's certain parts of it where it's like, okay, this makes sense. But the fact that I kind of had to think about it while other stuff is going on kind of makes it the opposite of obvious. So, good job, Zach.
Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We're not speaking of any ordinary thief, but the king of thieves, the great Master Mask, my arch enemy.
Love this guy.
That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I need a drink of water after this guy. Holy crap.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed, and that's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone and notified the police.
There's something suspicious about Detective Atney. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie?
'Cause of the paint. That is wrong. You're wrong. Look at how wrong you are. Wow, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. So wrong. Maybe it's the paint I thought it was, but maybe it is not. Oh, it's this thing, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'll try it. I already save stated. Why am I doing this? Hey, that was easy.
Mr. Atney, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Master Mask. Why do I speak in such long sentences? It makes it hard to say. It is, in point of fact, Master Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor in the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Are you serious? Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off?
Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's why the only thing I can think of... And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atney. Ugh. You disgust me, vermin. Detective Atney, you must have fought with the thief last night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime.
No. Wait just a moment, Sir Old-Timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right?
You talk too much.
Witness, so you're now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on, that's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atney, agree completely.
God dang, man.
Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atney cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote.
So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Master Mask?
Correct! It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumble, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. That can't be good. So do you just give guilty verdicts out on a whim? I don't see anything coherently wrong with this. Open the door for a brief moment. Okay, we're gonna ask why here. Oh, so why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. So you were momentarily vulnerable while you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? Ask about the sensor? What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner, ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Lordly Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he can rig the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, sir lawyer? Nope. Hold it! And that's why should I ask some more questions about the computer. So did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me, look after me. In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, sir lawyer? Oh, look at me cannot be easily so discombobulated. What does that mean, discombobulated? Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyways? Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. What? The thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, look at me, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct! Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shichishito. So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness? True, Dandelion fights only with his fists, but they were close enough. I don't know. Maybe this. We'll go slot 5 again, I guess. Nope. Cool. Hey, what are you doing? Slot 5. Oh! Zach, you're an idiot. Oh my god. Whatever. I did a Zach moment and just save stated instead of loaded, but whatever, it's just a little bit of health, who even cares? Whatever, it's just the tiniest bit of health, who even cares? I guess there's nothing else I can do. Can't think of anything else. How far was the last one? Nah, who cares? It's a little bit of health. Excuse me. That was my arch nemesis, Mask to Mask. This guy's a real piece of work. Tell us a little more about what happened.
vicious, you would say he was powericious. Powericious? I assumed the at me fighting stance, but suddenly a flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? You were blinded. So what was this flash of light that blinded you? It was bathed in a golden light. It seemed to come from the statue of the woman. The statue of Amy Faye, I'm guessing. Doesn't very much help at all. What do you think, Nick? There's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah, what is it? This Luke at me guy. He's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. I don't know, this one's got me kind of stumped. Back to the wall. That's it? Is the at me fighting style? That's wrong. Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. I think he's eyeballing me like that. It's creeping me out. Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. Yeah, I see. Going back to the wall to fight with the thieves. Okay, I think I got it now. Say for real this time and say incorrect. Is what I am. Haha. Okay. God dang it. I'm not going to. I don't know, man. What? What do you have to say about this, dude? Where's this third eye? It's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead if you like. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Actually, so do I missed what he said there. So it's obviously this. I'm oops. I put my back against with this upon my third eye. What about that is wrong? I don't know. The Shishishito? Oh, I should have just read the description for this. I am being stupid. Detective Ed, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. Don't mind those times I failed earlier. What fun this is, sir lawyer. Truly is a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you've thrown down the gauntlet at my arm and feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. From behind, huh? But just now, you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you forget where you were hit on the head. Ugh, it seems I've made another mistake. Detective at me. That's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself has always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. Is that what his voice sounds like? Objection.
To err is to human. To err is human. To forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes.
Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that.
Whoa! Why is your coffee? I guess he just drinks it straight black. Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules.
This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is that you're asserting? Is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that...
I don't... It's not this one. I can cross that one off my list. I feel like these are kind of the same thing. Wait. No, that's not what I thought it was. I misread that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna... I'm sorry, I misread that. Well, I didn't misread that. I just assumed.
Truth is, this witness is no ace detective at all.
You're saying that I am. Well, an average detective. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, that's not what I thought. But he's not mask to mask, though, because there's evidence showing that he's not. Whatever, I guess we're going with it anyways. This is not correct.
The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atmey's true identity is actually mask to mask.
Yarg! But he's not. But, like, he's not, though. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts in Mr. Atmey's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please, the explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atmey. The truth is that you are, in fact, mask to mask.
Gurk! Well, Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows mask to mask. The security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
Aha. Damask's MO is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atmey, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, sir lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atmey, when you assume the thief's identity...
Are you serious? Gato blend number 102, my personal favorite. Mr. Gatto! The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Gatto, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. I'm having a seizure. But it is, in fact, nothing more than patchwork quilts, Mr. Wright. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee driven down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court will like to see this decisive proof you have, quickly.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? Atmey looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can, but can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atmey is in fact mask to mask.
Ooh, Oh, the camera data. Yeah, I think I actually have it. I'm going to save again, just in case. As usual, the defense comes prepared, Your Honor. Very well then, let's see what you've got. Please present proof the Master Mask is actually Mr. Luke Atme. Here's your proof. What do you think, Mr. Gatto? Looks to me like Mr. Wright is still mighty sleepy. Perhaps he'd like a big mug of my special Gatto blend. Well, no thanks, I'm fine. Really? Really? I thought it was like, oh, only one person came in. If it's not that, then I don't really know. Amy Face Golden Statue. Has yet to be found. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ha! Just what I thought. Man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all. Ugh. Oh, I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. He's no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy's the thief. Give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So, you've come to your senses, have you, sir lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. Seems cloud suspicion surrounding this witness has been lifted. Mr. Gatto, do you have anything further to add, then... Maya? What? Who? Oh! Who are you? That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's in this bag? Well, that's the sacred urn. Nick, it's the urn. Order, order, order! You, madame, that urn, where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective. Look at me. Oh, Desi, you're the best. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Ha! Pathetic. Mr. Gatto, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? Before casting aspirations at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree Delight. Is that correct? Yes, what about it? Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of that good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? Certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madame, this town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we've been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Testify by what I saw. Show fingerprints on the urn. He wears gloves though, so it doesn't really do anything. Testify by what I saw, I guess. What's wrong? Isn't your job to come up with something to say? Nick, come on. It shouldn't be easy to prove. After all, we checked out that bag, didn't we? You're right. I remember doing that. Whatever was in there, it was hard and round and smooth, too. Yes, it must have been the urn. It must have. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Atme walked in just when I was about to have a look at it. So even if it was the urn in there, I can't testify that it was. Ah, you're right. Ha! It looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Wright. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth. Thank you, boy. Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn, but maybe I can still testify about it from another angle.
What about it, Mr. Wright? Have you given up yet?
There must be some way.
Oh, okay. Here's this.
I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, eh?
Oh, come on now. Now you're really making me laugh, so lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. Those look like some not gloves to me, my friendo.
What about it, Mr. Wright? A witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you gonna do now? Come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday, and there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn.
One born piece of advice, Mr. Wright. You're not going to win this game with that answer.
Way to break the fourth wall, Judge. I think I did slot 8. Yeah. Is it just that? Okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't something obvious like that. It was like, yeah, you just had to say mask to mask. Larry Butts.
Oh. Pearl Fay.
No. I was thinking, no, she even kicked it with a ball though, so that would make sense. What am I doing? God, I'm being dumb. I still don't know. I mean, I guess by the end of this, I could just go through everybody. Me? Oh, me. Yeah. I'm dumb. So what is all this about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Hey, wait a minute. We gotta just open this, right?
No, I've seen this. Yeah, I know, game. I've seen this before. You don't need to show it to me again. I can. I remember. I remember. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at that time, but I did touch what was inside.
What? You touched it?
And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard.
Well, that was just...
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. Well, what did you say? Not what I said. It's what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it was yesterday, at the Atme Detective Agency. Ha! This blend, Gato Blend number 107, I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all.
Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Belief, take this urn and... Wait!
Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes! I finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Dio. I mean, Master Mask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Don't you dare end it there. I swear to God, game. Okay, cool. Well, that was a good case. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, Mr. Gatto, what's Mr. Atmy's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, looks like the matter has been settled. Came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
God damn it, Ron.
You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you! I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Maybe it's just him and that's... Oh no. He's not... This can't be happening. The thief! The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I tell you! So do it! Pronounce me guilty, please! I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you think this is, but... The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judge. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. Mr. Gatto, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Get off my screen, Fly. What is wrong with you?
Ha! Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir?
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
You are Master Mask, and then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick.
It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy.
Good boy. Now just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that. I won't fail, I swear.
Okay then, Doc, we're all listening.
Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession. Oh, you suck, Ron. You are my worst client yet. Truth is, I'm Master Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm actually Master Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night of the urn. For the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see it right there in the photo. That's me. Yeah, well, actually, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off. That's all. I don't think the rest in the trial is taken. This is how every trial goes, at least with me, anyways. Ha!
You're doing great.
Stop it, Mr. Gatto. You're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're only gonna get one chance to testify, right? But if you make it through this one with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master Mask.
Thanks so much, Mr. Gatto. I'll do my best. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. There is one thing that stuck out to me, actually. I can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. That is false. We're going to save slot 8 because I'm sick of overriding slots. Boom! Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? According to this letter, at 1 o'clock in the morning on the night of the crime, Mr. Ron Delight was ordered to go to the offices of KB Security. 1 o'clock in the morning? Correct. Which is around the time the security camera photo was taken. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. Well, Mr. Gatto, do you have anything to say?
You disappoint me, kid.
And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why you're wrong. You're not the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Gatto. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will!
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Mr. Wright, it's true that I received that blackmail letter, but whether or not it actually went through is a whole different story, right? Oh, sorry if I'm sounding dramatic. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about.
Ha! That was brilliant.
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. No, I have proof, I have proof, I have proof! No, 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 no! Let's see your evidence. Oh, okay. I thought... Actually, I want to give you security.
I don't even need to save.
Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first know that you lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at the KB security headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was, in fact, at KB security that night. No!
Ha! This is indeed sad. Romanticists are blind to the reality that lay before them.
Huh? What does that mean?
Why did Mr. Delight drop his wallet at KB security? What purpose did it serve? Perhaps it was dropped by his wife to create a false alibi for her dear husband instead.
Sorry, Mr. Delight probably dropped it himself when he went to use this. The keycard to KB Security CEO's office.
CEO's office?
What's wrong? No snappy comebacks? The fact is that Mr. Delight entered the CEO's office around 1 o'clock that night. No, 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 no! Order! 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 So, when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. Looks like a perfect case for the defense.
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Gatto blend number 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say?
You say this thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company, but did you actually investigate the CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no, I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that.
I'm not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think about myself. You claim the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're gonna have to track down the CEO guy.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite?
There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key was used at 1 a.m. that night. Oh, it's, oh, there we go, the burp. Oh, crap, no, no, no!
I meant to hit Larry. That was, I was being, a little bit dumb.
Oh, who is this useless-looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly, but just looking at his picture makes the bile start to raise in my throat.
I remember the case from 2 years ago.
Probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this is the man who was working as a guard.
Oh.
The question at hand is this key card.
Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You need to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
As you can see, there's no need to investigate this CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data.
I just imagine that's him spitting out the coffee. It's like, that was disgusting. Gatto blend number 108, failure.
Well, Mr. Gatto?
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here.
So what does it show?
Each card has its own serial number, and they leave the detailed record of their use. According to this data, the card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. Hey! Well, that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Master Mask in this photo. Ha! It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe. So then... Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Master Mask.
Good job, you did it, Nick.
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty. Woo! Short case, wow. Is it actually over? I don't think so, but that would be amazing. Court is now adjourned.
Did we do it? Did we win?
Wow, this game's gonna be over fast if they're all this quick.
Nick, you did it! You were right after all! Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy!
Oh, Miss Delay.
I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Miss Delay. I just know I'm blushing. You can repay me by, paying me the money you owe me, but, we'll talk about that later.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick.
Oh, pearls. I got a bad feeling about this.
Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just... Did I just get slapped? Ow. Ow! I'm getting double slapped now. What is this, Pokemon? Terrible reference. That actually was thanks to you, Mr. Light, that brought us our urn back. I realize it's not the correct urn, aren't we? If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point in... I did my best for you. I know that I appreciate it, Desi, but the thing is... Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Gato, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Well, so much for this case being over. It was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Helped me out? What? On October 12th, at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. He did this all— oh my god, Gato! After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbrued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know it. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? Yeah, duh. It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way.
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie. It can't be true. But I am a thief, I tell you.
Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder.
What? This is impossible.
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely, you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the ones who established his presence at the scene was me. Ronnie! Oof. Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck is going to happen next? God dang it, man. Can one case just... whatever, I guess, right? Well, that's gonna have to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe to see more of this awesome game. Wait, I'm not on YouTube. What am I talking about? Follow me on Twitch if you enjoyed this stream, because I stream. I'm gonna try and stream every day from now on. I'm not gonna stream Overwatch today. I know I keep putting that in the title. These keep going on way longer than I think they are, so I'm gonna actually start thinking about how long these are gonna take and maybe start streaming earlier, maybe at like 7 and then go till 9. Because it's 9 right now, and I have stuff to do. So, yeah, hopefully there'll be a new video up. Check out the new podcast I started today. If you haven't already, I'm super excited to be doing this. It's going to be going for at least the entire summer season, possibly even the, what's after summer? Fall season. I'm smart. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this stream. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all later. Peace out!